The Lightning Round, brought to you by Turner Construction. Thank you to Turner Construction for making this possible. We are big fans of that company ever since it came to Omaha several years ago to work on the massive Sarpy County Data Center. And by the way, speaking of the massive Sarpy County Data Center, Trenton, when's the last time you drove by the data center on Highway 50?
Actually, just a couple days ago.
That last
expanding
phase,
south, yeah.
Yeah, if you haven't been by there's that phase on the southwest corner of Highway 50 and Capehart. You know, the first two phases were the northwest. Phases 3 and 4 were on the northeast. Now phases 5 and 6 are on the southwest. And they've got this big, huge building going up, but quite a bit to the southwest of this building, there's a ravine or a creek that runs through there. They're grading beyond that now when I was there about a week ago. So I don't know if they're going to stop. But at any rate, Turner's doing all of that. So when you go by and you see that amazing project, think Turner Construction. Now, for those of you who need to hire a general contractor for some of your projects that might not be quite as big as a multi-billion-dollar data center, they do that too. Like for instance, a lot of the Chase banks that you see, just those interior build-outs, they'll do projects like that as well. So from the small to the very huge and everything in between, Turner Construction does it and does an outstanding job of it. All right, so let's get on to it. Trenton, the first thing, we always like to start with restaurants because our listeners are hungry people. Hale Varsity Club plans to open in early May. This is going into the former Ozzy's Roadhouse in Southport West. That's by Cabela's in La Vista, just down the strip center from your favorite sushi place.
Absolutely.
But this is the former Ozzy. Would you ever go to that Ozzy's Roadhouse?
Yeah, be honest with you, I wasn't impressed. I understand why they closed, and it's a great facility, but the consistency wasn't there. And Hale Varsity is a local app or something like that.
It's a startup, so it's co-owned by Herdat, which is a marketing and communications, I think, high-tech firm.
Yep.
Headquartered here in Omaha. I think it has roots maybe in Lincoln, but they're headquartered here in Omaha. And then Hale Varsity is an online news outlet that covers Husker sports.
Yep.
And so I don't know this, but there might be some similar ownership there, or some friendships or something like that, or maybe Hale Varsity might be a client of Herdat.
Our friend Jack Cohen works there.
Okay, well, talk to Jack and find out the scoop. But this is being described as a one-of-a-kind sports bar, restaurant, and entertainment experience brought to you by Hale Varsity and Herdat.
They're probably going to broadcast live from there or something. That'd be cool. I
imagine they'll do something like that. And I would presume also a lot of Husker-type stuff and everything like that. Although I don't know if you can, and no offense to anyone, I don't know if any sports bar can be one of a kind. There are so doggone many of them.
Right.
But then again, I love sports bars, and so I'm glad to have that one added to the local collection. All right, speaking of sports bars, now let's go to the Tanner's Bar and Grill at 173rd and West Center Road. We told you that this was happening a couple months ago. Well, now it has happened. Capri is an Italian restaurant which has opened inside the Tanner's under the same ownership. In fact, the guy who owns that Tanner's and Capri also has the Tavern 180 restaurants. Is also the same person and entity that's going to be resurrecting the Julio's restaurants.
That's awesome.
And remember, we said a couple months ago, Julio's will be going to 114th and Dodge and near 192nd and Q, opening later this year. So I have to try this out. I have not been there yet, but I'm told it's not sports bar-y, if that's a word. I think it's more of a sit-down. I wonder if it has
the same entrance, because I know it's
no, south entrance.
It's on the south, because it's kind of the back of the building.
Yeah, so when you enter Tanner's, that's on the north side of the building. This Capri has a south entrance, but there's a door in between. You can pass between them. All right, let's keep talking about restaurants. And last week on the show, we told you that Noli's Pizzeria plans to open a location in Regency Landing. That is under construction at I-680 and Pacific Street. Well, that's not all. Noli's is also working on a Gretna location. Going to open up later this year in a retail strip near Highway 6 and Schramm Road. Of course, the original Noli's is in the Blackstone district.
Yeah.
And that's a good place. That's a good place.
No, that's good stuff.
Yeah. All right.
Did I hear Kopp's Pizza is going to Village Point.
We heard that as an unconfirmed rumor. I've been meaning to call them, but I've heard that from like 2 or 3 different people, which means it must be true. But we've heard.
We'll have to confirm that one for people.
We believe it's going into the former Pier 1 space at Village
and there's
Point.
Shadow Lake Town Center. I think they're trying to sublease their 72nd and what is that, Harney or something location?
By the Mart.
Yeah.
But we have to find that out for sure. Like I said, we've heard it from about 3 different people. One of the persons we heard it from knows a lot about restaurants, but we'll have to confirm that one. All right, sad news. Piccolo Pete's didn't make it.
Did they give it enough of a chance?
I think from reading the post that they put on Facebook, I think they gave it the chance they could afford to give it.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Yeah. So if you're wondering what we're talking about, the original Piccolo Pete's for longtime Omahans, you know this, operated for many, many years, many decades near 20th and Martha. It was one of our family's favorites. I have early childhood memories of going there and loved the place. My dad and I used to go there a lot of times for lunch during the work days, and I could literally go in there and say, I'll take the usual. It was a place because I'd always get the same thing for lunch. You always got to miss a place that closes where you could order the usual.
Yeah.
At any rate, so the grandson of the founder was going to bring this back, and he did, into a very small space in downtown Papillion. Opened in January. It's already closed. Who knows? I mean, it's tough for restaurants right now, supply chain issues and food costs and labor availability. I never even made it to the new one, but from what I'm told, it was extremely small in there. It couldn't seat very many people.
Okay, economies of scale.
You got to have, So I don't know. Anyway, sad news on the restaurant. But let's not end on sad news in our restaurant talk. Let's talk about good news. I have never been to this place, but everyone raves about it. Dragon Walk, Chinese restaurant near 142nd and Fort, is going to open another location in Gretna at Nebraska Crossing. They'll go into the Voodoo Taco space. That's possible because Voodoo Taco is expanding into the old Pyocracy space. So Voodoo Taco is going to get a lot bigger at Nebraska Crossing. And then this Dragon Walk is going in to the old Voodoo space. We gotta try this.
Yeah, that'll be welcome at Nebraska Crossing. They need more food options.
Brownie Bar going to Oakview Mall, and also at Nebraska Crossing, PacSun store opens this Thursday. The music is playing. We're out of here. I'm Jeff Beals.
And I'm Trenton Maggot.
You've been listening to Grow Omaha, brought to you by Turner Construction, NAI NP Dodge, and D&M Roofing. If you like this video, be sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons. And remember, Grow Omaha is not just media. This is a mission. We are trying to build up Omaha and make it an even better place. We can only do that with your help. Share this video with your friends, neighbors, and family.